Hi, this is Green Janine for Toss50.com, the other side of 50. I am in Florida at a beautiful place called the Enchanted Forest Sanctuary. This is in a part of Florida known as the Space Coast because we are right up the road from NASA's Kennedy Space Center. And I am at the forest today with a naturalist, Joe Swingle. Thanks for joining us, Joe.
Thanks for having me, Janine.
And Joe is going to talk to us about the benefits of native gardening. So Joe, why would someone want to do, first, what does native gardening mean?
Well, basically it's a type of gardening where you just use a lot of native plants, and there are tons of benefits. You have to kind of search out and find those plants around your where you live, but once you get those natives, there are tons of benefits that will help your garden out.
And where can you get native plants?
Well, you have to do a little research. You'll have to go not to the big chain stores, but you're going to have to find some like mom and pop stores that specifically sell natives. You can do a search on the web and look up native plants for your area.
And what are some of the benefits of native gardening?
Well, there are tons. A lot of scientists believe that for each plant, there's some kind of animal that it relies on that specific plant. And if you're planting a plant that's from, another country, those doesn't have as much benefit. For instance, there's a passion vine that grows in the United States that a couple butterflies will use, but there's a passion vine that's not from here that a lot of stores sell, and the butterflies won't lay their eggs on it, and I've never even seen one go to one of the flowers. So by planting natives, you're going to help benefit native wildlife, and you're going to reduce your water bills too. And like in our garden, we don't ever water these plants. We don't use any fertilizer either, so it's better for our water systems. When there's runoff and it rains, you're gonna have more clean water going into your waterways and estuaries versus fertilizer-filled areas. So.
And what kind of wildlife does your garden attract here at the Enchanted Forest Sanctuary?
We get quite a bit of animals just coming over and using our pond. We get birds taking baths and drinking. When people go home at nighttime, we see quite a few tracks too in the morning. Next morning, things that just come up here and walk around and eat the native fruits or get some flowers, get something to drink. So we have like rabbits. You saw some rabbits this morning. We have tons of butterflies. Everything from lizards and raccoons and hawks. You'll see all kinds of really cool animals around this area just because we built natives in this section. So.
Well, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
We did this in our backyard too within last year, and in our subdivision we're one of the few houses that has native plants and one of the only places that has native wildlife too. We've increased the number of wildlife we've seen times about 8 or 9. So all kinds of cool birds and even rabbits and well, some other animals maybe people don't like, but we did see 2 different types of snakes, which actually is a good thing, but they have their place in the ecosystem too.
Oh, they're eating the mice and the rats, right?
That's right. They'll keep them out of. Keep the mice around your property low, and we have someone got into our attic too, and but not anymore. So.
And how big is the garden at your house?
It's very small. It's less than 1/10 of an acre total our yard, and so we just have gardens on the peripheral areas. So very, very small. We planted about 25 native plants, different species. So at any one time there'll be something blooming or something going to fruit for animals to use.
So people can plant a pretty small garden and still attract a lot of butterflies to their yard.
Exactly. When I was in Texas, I was learning about birding and stuff like that. One of the biggest hot spots on South Padre Island was this lady's backyard. It was one of the smallest yards I've ever seen, but she had all the right plants. They were all mostly natives. She had the water features and some places for the animals to hide and stuff. So that was the hot spot. Even if it's a small area, it can really do a lot for native wildlife. So.
Terrific. Well, thank you, Joe.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.